Hey guys, welcome back to World of Warships. Today we're taking a look at the GK, taking a little break from some of the new content. Don't you worry, we got plenty of buffed ships to take a look at next week. But I wanted to end the week on a high note. I've had a bit of a difficult time playing Sicilia, and Colombo didn't go so well for me either. But GK worked incredibly well. This is an unbelievable GK game, and we're going to start it off with a blind shot that gets us two citadels. Crazy. I was really struggling with Sicilia and tried to play some of the other battleships here and there in between, and happened to get this GK game. Kurfürst, of course, not known for being the best battleship at tier 10, but it certainly isn't bad. It can work out, especially in games like this one, where we're allowed to push in and we don't get just annihilated by submarines, carriers, and also just general HE spam from behind islands. That's something that is pretty difficult to push into. Here we're also forced to push in. This is going to be a game where we do not have a very good team. It happens. Not judging, it just happens. We all have it sometimes where our team is not the best. So we've lost the B cap. We are going to just give up the C cap essentially. I think our Dyson is trying to make one last stand there. And we've gone very, very wide to start this game. So that's really what Okinawa's issue is, I guess. If you're trying to push up using islands, as we like to do around here, trying to limit the number of people firing at you, focusing on 1v1s, trying to use islands to protect yourself from the bulk of the enemy team as you try and push in. It's really difficult on this map. There's really only this corner that's going to work out for you. And even then, you give up a lot of time. Right, so that's going to be the problem here. Fortunately, our Hydro does manage to catch the Jinan, and we aren't going to take torps from him. But there is a submarine on our flank in the A cap, and that is going to be a massive, massive problem here. So I'm going to be constantly a little bit worried about that. Our Hydro is going to go down soon, so not the best situation here. But we still have to push, right? We are down on caps, obviously, points as well. And I'm worried our team is just going to crumble here and we'll get zeroed out really quickly. Bungo within our range. I get very fortunate that this is an HE spamming Bungo. If he would have been using AP, I don't think this game would have gone nearly as well for me. So thank you very much, sir. I do appreciate that. Now, as far as pushing in here into a submarine on your flank, you really just have to get lucky if you're forced to push into a submarine. If you're kiting away, there are opportunities to actually dodge the torpedoes that are coming for you. But when you're pushing in, it is so much harder. So I'm trying to vary my direction a little bit with the rudder here, hoping that maybe we can throw off his aim if he's far enough away. As of now, I still don't know exactly where that submarine is. He could pop up 2 kilometers from our broadside. But we do manage to avoid those first set. And he is now spotted. So we know he's far enough away that he's not going to be shotgunning us. And now it's more like dodging destroyer torps normally, right? So trying to vary our speed and direction, it's more normal to dodge torps like this. Without a Hydro, still a little bit difficult here, but I'm going to try and maybe speed up and get past this island before the next set of torpedoes come. But of course, those were already on the way. The torpedo reload is still a pretty fast one. So quick slow down, turn into them, and we only eat 2. And now we don't have to worry about him for a little bit, since we do have this island cover. Now we really need to take this GK out if we want to avoid a pretty massive hit into our broadside. Unfortunately, we don't manage to do that. But that does get up to 100,000 damage so far. And the Cyclone is coming in. Yes, a Cyclone is kind of the best friend of a Kurfürst that wants to push in. This is really where this ship shines, and when you get a Cyclone, it forces the enemy team to come to you a little bit more. It allows you to get past that very difficult 15 to 10 kilometer window where your ship is getting better, but you're not actually that scary yet. So for now, we do want to just turn away. Our team is losing a lot of ships right now, so I need to just survive and wait for that Cyclone to come in. Try and heal up as well. I am playing with my friend Sep here in a Des Moines. He's obviously very good at Des Moines, and he helps us out a ton in this game. It's very lucky that I had a div mate here. I don't always play in divs, but every once in a while I'll play with some of my friends from the 07 clan, and here it certainly worked out in our favor because we need to carry this game. Bungo's still on the HE, Bit of a paid actor moment, I suppose, but I will gladly take it. Low HP now, we do just need to get away. Still have 2 heals, which is really, really nice. So if we can make use of those, we should be all right here. Not good, but just all right. We're still down on caps, and those points are ticking. But fortunately, it's going to be a little while before the enemy team wins on those points. So we managed to hopefully go dark here. The sub ping doesn't quite reach us. And just like that, we managed to get away. So that's the thing when it comes to pushing in with a battleship. It really is something where you need to have these breaks or checkpoints or just rest stops, essentially. And Sicilia does that pretty well with a smokescreen, right? That's why I was kind of hyped about it with those secondaries and brawling. So I'll have to take a look at that ship some more, Colombo some more, but GK here performing quite well. Now, getting into the start of this game, we blind fired that Jinan. This Kitakami forced to push into us a little bit here, and we dev strike him. Very nice to see. That would have been a very difficult ship to deal with had this Cyclone not been around. Very fortunate for us to be in a Cyclone game here. But blind firing, right? Something we definitely need to do a good job of here since we are radared by the Brisbane, right? So we know based on the shells here that he's got 6 shells fired from the front of his ship and only 4 from the rear. So we know he's moving from left to right. Need to lead him a little bit more based on that first salvo. And this one, finally, we do manage to connect with this guy. Not a dev strike, but still, 2 citadels there, a blind fire. I will gladly take that. We need to start hitting some of these shots if we want to win this game. Pretty fortunate. I think I did a good job of aiming and positioning, but also there's a lot of luck involved with that. Blind firing, especially out of a GK. I will show you the build, of course, but we do have main gun build. Notice we're still spotted, though. So that has to be either the destroyer or the submarine. Bungo does pop up for us, and it's not quite looking our way, so hopefully we can get behind this island before he gets his guns off on us. We do 34k GK guns coming in clutch here. And I slow down like an idiot. Wasn't thinking all the way through. We take 26k. Fortunately, we don't die. But I should have just kept going. I was thinking maybe I can just secondary him to death at that point. And notice the sub ping. We know where the sub is now. Therefore, it's only the gearing that was spotting for me. Now, where is he? I think he's in the north. And now it's confirmed by those torpedoes. A cyclone means he has to be within 8 kilometers of us. And now that we're plane spotted, not normal spotted by the surface, we know the general direction that he's in because the line cut off, or the island cut off line of sight. So let's take a blind fire just to see maybe he's on that line. Yeah, we hit those. We hit those, guys. 200k, 4 kills. Coming up clutch in this one to win this game. Certainly was not a easy game to win. We had to get very fortunate with some of these blind shots, but also I think we had to think it through. Had to play well with our positioning and really consider where the enemy team could possibly be. I was pretty happy with this one. I was really, well, I have been just struggling a lot with Sicilia this week, trying to give it a fair shake. And it's been difficult. It's been difficult. Like I said earlier this year, beginning of the year, right? I want to play these new ships that come into the game more to give you a better perspective on them. And just for good measure, let's take out the sub for our Kraken. But I want to give these ships a fair shot. So I've been playing a lot of Sicilia. Got it on my main account now as well. And it's just kind of okay. So playing some of these ships in between has helped me to get a good perspective. And it's nice to know I can still hit some pretty nasty shots and position my ship in a good way as well to win a game or two. Nearly 3k base and a really, really good result. So many medals. Part of that, of course, is down to being in a division with another good player who's also carrying a lot. As for the build here on the GK, we're going with a bit of a hybrid build. This is not always going to be the best secondary build, but I am trying this out. I really am enjoying AA Defense and ASW Expert. Not really all that useful when there's no CVs in the game, but 40% cooldown to consumables is very nice. Improved repair party readiness oftentimes is going to give us that 5th heal, although not always. Didn't do a great job of farming potential damage in this one. We got to pretty low health without even really reaching 1 million potential damage, so might be worthwhile to just go with the full 5 heals a lot of the time too. Concealment's so nice for just getting within range a little bit easier. And I'm giving up fire prevention. Yeah. I've found that I can oftentimes position myself where I don't necessarily need it. Most of the time, if I need fire prevention to stay alive, I'm probably dead anyway. At least that is how I'm looking at it. It's hard to do though. So probably run fire prevention, and that would be an easier way to go about things for you. Both of the secondary upgrades here, as well as Adrenaline Rush. And then here we have Preventive Maintenance, keeps our secondaries alive a little bit longer. I've been enjoying that kind of build, so you're seeing that pretty often on my secondary battleships. However, we're not going all in on secondaries. We're going main guns mod 3 here, as well as aiming systems, just to buff the main guns as much as we can. And the secondaries are just a nice bonus at 11 kilometers. That's still a good range for them. Not quite the best accuracy, right? You can get another 15% here. You only get 5% accuracy here from aiming systems mod on your secondaries, where this one gives you 20. So the difference there, 15. Percentages could change what the actual change is, but around a 15% boost, I would say. But that's about it for this GK game. I had a ton of fun with this one. I really kind of needed that game. I was struggling in the Sicilias, so this was a nice game to have while I was having a difficult time playing that ship. As far as this update goes, hope you guys are enjoying playing some of the new ships. Very excited to check out some things like the Kaba with its super heal, and something like the Hayate as well with its reload buff. Could be interesting to see what those ships are like. We'll take a look at those next week though. But that's going to do it for me today. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and thank you very much for watching.